KFAN breaking sports news, exclusive contests, and more. You can follow KFAN 1003 on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. Stay connected to the sports leader, The Fan.
Welcome back to Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the New Winter Park. Hour number 3 of the Grom, final hour of the Grom today. It's our continuing coverage of Training Camp 2026. Joint practice today, day 1 of 2, with the soon-to-be big game world champion Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. Excited and delighted to be joined by the legendary Mark Rosen. And you know what? I have to hand it to you.
Yes, sir.
Your dedication to your craft. You didn't need to be here till 2 o'clock.
Correct.
You were here at 12 noon because you wanted to scout the Ravens, see how the Vikings were performing, and you were here at 12 noon.
Plus, I wanted a good parking spot.
Yeah, and you got one, I'm sure. Yeah.
Most importantly.
Yeah, importantly.
Yeah, I mean, it stands out in training camp. I mean, this is kind of it. I mean, these 2 days. I mean, we've all been out here watching various sessions, and I've seen a lifetime of training camp practices to understand you don't really glean a lot from it, but the coaches do. And when you're sitting up in our perch like we are, I mean, it's sort of like going to the circus when you get the 3 rings.
Sure,
you don't know where to look first. I mean, I'm sitting next to PA for most of the time, and he had the binoculars, and so he's got the binoculars on the far field where the Ravens' number 1 offense, led by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, were going against the Vikings' number 1 defense and their number 2 offense, et cetera, and closer to us was the Vikings' offense. So we had a little bit easier time watching them. And I mean,
do you think that was intentional? By the way, typically they throw the Vikings' offense right in front of the fans. But for this year, they put the defense against Lamar Jackson.
I think you're reading way too much.
I don't think you are.
They didn't want the fans turning against our offense.
Well, I think what they want to do is showcase Lamar, because the fans do like to see Lamar. I mean, anywhere he goes, he's one of
our defense against Lamar.
Yeah, well, he is a premier player in the National Football League. Yeah. It's like when you go to the Lakers game, he doesn't play for him anymore, but you want to see LeBron. If LeBron's not playing, you're not happy, so you get to see Lamar Jackson.
You see their monster running back, Derrick Henry, who's still going strong at his age. And, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to hear from the coach and say, what did you see? Well, I saw some low snaps from Brandell to Kyler Murray. I mean, we
saw some poor throws. We saw some drop passes. We saw some really tenacious defense by the Ravens. Again, this is from an uneducated eye. Okay, I'm a casual. But it looked, for the most part, until we got to the 2-minute drill, which we had some success at.
We did.
When I say we, I mean the Vikings. Yep. I would say the Ravens won today with their defense against our first-string offense.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I mean, again, what are we seeing? I mean, what are we? You want to get into a flow of just 7-8 yard outs. Justin Jefferson made some nice catches. Murray missed them a couple times. J.J. McCarthy at the end threw a long touchdown pass
during the 2-minute drill.
To Miles Price, and who we hopefully will talk to Keenan McCardell about, the wide receiver coach, because he's trying to make a mark for himself beyond being a kick returner. And I mean, JJ was celebrating like they just won a big game, and he should. I mean, you got to celebrate these little things, and
especially because he's not getting any action. He didn't play in the preseason game. He's not going to play in Game 2 or Game 3. This is the only time he really gets to play with a little bit of competition.
You're talking about Jefferson?
Yes. Yeah. So I think he was probably pretty excited about that, because that's what he plays for. I mean, and look, it's not a secret. I mean, last year was not a good year for him, and not because of his performance, not that he was dropping passes or not getting open. We know the problems with the quarterback position, and he had a down year by his standards, and that he was real good about it publicly, but I think it's got to eat at him a little bit.
Absolutely.
Not that he's angry with anything, but just like I play because I like being in the mix. I like being one of the best players in the game, and he really wasn't able to show that. So that's probably why today he was having a lot of fun.
Well, when you sit out here and you look at a guy standing kind of by himself on the sidelines by the name of Randy Moss, and you realize, I kind of flash back to Mankato and his first training camp in 1998, and then you look at his body of Hall of Fame work, and you look at Justin Jefferson, and I'm sure Randy was watching him quite a bit, and a few other things that were going on. But yeah, I mean, that's the goal for any wide receiver, to be the next Larry Fitzgerald Jr., to be the next Randy Moss on this Vikings franchise, and Justin Jefferson has got that opportunity. But you're absolutely right. That's why they cannot afford to swing and miss again, with him being the key component not just in touchdown receptions, which he had just 2 last year, but just total catches and having that major impact on a game as a wide receiver. When you got one football, and the Vikings want to put more emphasis on the running game, which we saw a little bit today as well. But they're going to do this again tomorrow. There weren't any major skirmishes. They had the Ravens play-by-play guy sitting here behind PA, and I think they lost one of their starting center. The Ravens, he was unfortunately carted off. So that's the only injury I think that I picked up on, and we saw that was always kind of a real downer when you have these situations and get-togethers.
The two of you will have to answer this question for me, because last year I wasn't here for the joint practices against New England because I was in Columbus. Do they do the same things tomorrow, or do they change it up in day 2?
I feel like day 2, if I recall last year, they did a lot more like red zone stuff, right?
Okay.
Where they'd be 5-yard line, and you got a set of 4 plays from the 5-yard line, and so you see a little bit more touchdowns and stuff like that. As today seemed to be a lot more full field stuff, other than the 2-minute drill at the end.
Yeah, and the Vikings, if I recall, had a much more impressive day 2.
They did
last year against New England than they did day 1. Today, I don't know. I mean, probably a mixed bag when you look at it, and that's what you get when you have these things. I mean, there's some, you can hear there's a lot of enthusiasm by both teams. If somebody breaks up a pass, the Ravens are going nuts, or they're happy to be playing somebody else, at least scrimmaging against someone else, because again, the Ravens there's a game on Saturday afternoon, but pretty much all the frontline players that we saw on both sides are not going to play on Saturday.
Right.
I mean, we're not going to see Kyler Murray at all. We're not going to see Justin Jefferson. We're not going to see Derrick Henry. We're not going to see Lamar Jackson. Those are the big names, and that are the reason why these are two of the better. Certainly the Ravens are a competitive team every single year, but this is what the preseason's about.
Well, we talked about this earlier too. Really, what this is more for, not this. I'm talking about the preseason games. They're for young guys to determine their future. Are they, especially the undrafted free agents and the rookies, and then veterans that. There's only 53 roster spots, so if 5 guys make the team, 5 aren't going to be on the team anymore, right? And that's pretty much how it works. And so, there's guys, they're playing for their livelihood the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a good point, Colin. And I've watched glimpses of Hard Knocks this year. They're featuring the Seattle Seahawks, the Super Bowl champs. And no matter what team they're featuring, that's when you get a sense of how important these sessions are to the young players. It doesn't matter that, what Van Ginkel and Cashman and, that are doing on this team at the moment. They know their places are secure, but you look at the young players and they got to be thinking, man, did I do enough on tape to impress the coaching staff today? And I got to do it again tomorrow. And where do I sit? We're getting down to when the first cut-down day occurs. And the GM is all watching from the stands, and all the scouts and all the people that are here. And so, there's a lot of pressure. These guys, there's not many jobs available. When you look at it.
And then, I say, if 5 new guys, 6 rookies make the club, that means 6 veterans are probably going by the wayside, and they'll get released. Their careers could be over. They could get picked up for depth. They can make, there's practice squads and such like that. But
correct.
But for many of the play, they're going to determine the 53-man roster. I would think, how many positions on that 30-man roster already been determined? Probably 40, right? 30 to 40 for sure. Don't you think it's that many?
Probably closer to 40.
Yeah, probably 40, maybe even 45. Those guys are in. That's just the way it is. It's the other guys that are fighting for their positions. And by all accounts, it wouldn't be hard to top our last draft or two. This seems to be, at least on paper, we seem to have. We were talking with Bursich about, you got Banks, Big Citrus, and
right.
Who was the third guy he mentioned?
Golday.
Yeah,
Golday, the linebacker.
Those guys,
Cincinnati.
They'll make the team, and they are expected to contribute right away. It's not like, okay, you've made the team, and now you're going to, we're just going to. They might not start and play every down, but they're going to get a lot is expected of those guys this season.
Well, they jettisoned the 2 big defensive tackles they had last year with Hargrave and Caleb Banks, I think, admittedly had a real uneven, that's being complimentary, first game. against the Giants in New York, and you talk to the football people, the Pete Versiches of the world, and they talk about their level, the pad level, and what they have to do, and moving. It's all part of the learning experience.
Well, and he said so. I like what Banks had to say. He admittedly didn't try to deflect anything.
No.
He said, I made a mistake here. I got too quick there. I was reading the quotes from him in the Fish Rep West Side, and he was talking about the things that he didn't do, but he learned from the process. That's what you hope for, because they're going to make mistakes, and lots expected of him. He is, as by all accounts, Persich was talking about it. He's a tremendous talent. It's just, can he stay healthy? He's got all the tools, so we'll see. We'll take a break. We'll come back right now. Players are visiting with their families out in the field, their friends and families. Keenan McCardell, the Vikings wide receivers coach, is doing the exact same thing when he's through. He's going to come over to join us. That should be next. On the other side of the break, it's continuing coverage of Vikings training camp, Twin Cities Orthopedic Performance Center in Eagan, right here on the Fan.
2 Delta tickets to Tampa, 2 game tickets for Vikings Bucks, pregame field access, a hotel stay, dinner with Greg Coleman, and signed memorabilia. You can bid now and help to support youth mentoring and sports programs through the YMCA of the North. Call 1-800-320-5326 to make your bid. 1-800-320-5326.
That sounds like a heck of a weekend. I might want to make a bid on that. Ray J is what they call the stadium, Ray J. I've never been inside. When I vacationed in Florida with the family a dozen years ago, we drove by Ray J. Looks like fun, so help a good cause and get a chance to see the Vikings play the Buccaneers. We're at Twin Cities Orthopedic Performance Center here in Eagan. We'll get back to more football in a moment, particularly when Keenan McCardell, Vikings wide receiver coach, joins us. But Twins win again last night, Mark. They get bludgeoned by Philadelphia, and they fall, a few games out of the wild card race, and you're thinking to yourself, well, kind of waiting, you sort of kind of maybe thought this a team that was, scuffling around 500, under 500 more than over 500. Then they play an even better team, you would see, at least on paper, certainly in record-wise, in the Braves, and 2 really well-played games. And the Twins struck early in both. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first game, hold on to win that. Then last night, 2-1 going into the bottom of the ninth. They get a couple of more runs. Jeffers bounces one off the wall, and they win again. So nice bounce back, and once again, we're a half game out of a wild card.
They're about to sweep them.
It's
the 6th inning. Let's calm down. We got lots of time.
What's the score?
Who said
they're up 4-1?
Who said I'm not calm?
You said they're about to sweep them.
Yeah, they
have 4 more innings to go. It's a 3-run game.
Yeah, especially with this club.
They're going to hang on.
Remember the last time you gave up on the Twins going in the ninth, and they hit a grand slam?
Yeah, you gave up on them.
You gave up on them.
2 strikes, and okay. They're hanging on by their fingernails right now against Atlanta. And they got a well-pitched game from Taj Bradley with 5 innings, the requisite 5 innings. Gave up just 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, and Culpepper, the kid, got a couple of hits today. And Clemens has knocked in. Speaking of Clemens, he's knocked in a couple of runs. And this would be a huge surprise coming off that series where they got waxed by Philadelphia, as you mentioned, to come back.
Taj Bradley specifically in that game in Iowa was the pitcher, who got waxed.
To come back and hopefully shut them down late in the game. And there's always a chance. Of course, Atlanta's a really good baseball team that they could let that slip away. But this is huge because now the schedule on paper eases up a little bit. They play the Padres in San Diego this weekend, and then I think they got the A's and a couple other ones. But every time you think, okay, they're done.
Right, correct.
The American League wild card race won't allow them to be done.
That's a good way to put
it. There's no team that's even coming close to playing above 500 balls. So, like you've said a million times, they don't have anything to apologize for. If it's out there, go get it.
Right. Correct.
Worry about what's going to happen later. This is an opportunity for them. We'll see if that, as the month of September rolls around, if they're still in the thick of it, they can draw some more people. But this is a big series for them, and this is certainly a huge confidence boost that they can end up sweeping Atlanta.
They always talk about baseball, what a grind it is with the travel, 162 games. I have connections in the golf world in town?
I know you do.
These guys are playing golf all the time when they come. Philadelphia, when they were here, they were over at Royal Club. We've got guys over at Winsong Farm. Clemens and his old man are playing golf. That's all they do is play golf and play baseball. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's the idea that it's such a grind. They only get it. They don't get enough batting practice. And it's like, dude, you're out playing golf all day, which is great. I admire them, but don't be telling me it's a long grind.
Speaking of Atlanta, I remember when John Smoltz and that group was in town, Smoltz would know maybe, he'd pitch the third day like today. Well, he'd play golf both days ahead of that.
Exactly.
He wouldn't have anything to worry about. He got his tee time at Hazeltine or whatever, and off he went. That's a pretty good gig.
That's what they do. So I don't want to hear about what a grind it is, because if it's a grind, then you would think they would be sleeping, getting their rest. They're all playing golf. They're hitting.
I don't think it's a good idea for a baseball player to be playing golf. Like, there's just two different swings, and they could screw up your baseball swing.
No, not the pitchers.
Yeah. Well, the pitchers are okay.
They're usually the better golfers too, for the most part.
Yeah. Clemens can get it around a little bit. I don't know about his son, but I know that Roger could play a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I remember, I have a picture of it, too.
It's already 4-2. Thanks, Rosey. You just said easy win for the Twins.
This is years and years and years ago.
I changed my mind.
Probably late 90s. When did Clemens stop pitching?
Oh, my goodness.
He was pitching for the Yankees, and I got invited by the Twins. This was still at Metrodome days, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I got invited to participate in some pregame thing where we hit golf shots out on the field, and Clemens was there. So I got a chance to verbally slap him on the back and do this and do that. But I have a so we were. It was some kind of promotion. We were trying to hit a golf ball into a rain barrel or something like that, and Clemens participated. Because he likes to play golf.
Yeah, the Rocket.
So we'll see. And what's next on our schedule for the Twins?
The Padres. They're on the road after. That's what they play. The obviously getaway day, and then I think they're on the way to play San Diego in San Diego this weekend. So.
Let me guess, did they score again?
It's 4-2, top of 6.
Okay.
I still have 4-1.
Still 4-2.
I'm way behind you.
Yeah. You are at that.
So off we go.
Saw PJ out here.
Yeah, I talked to him briefly.
Oh, you did? What did he have to say?
Well, he had some of his former player, Rashad Bateman, obviously. He's out here. Two other guys that are out here. So he just zipped over to say hello to everybody. And, he was enjoying himself, got away from the grind, as they say. Looking no worse to wear. I mean, PJ's PJ. He's always brimming with optimism and ready to go.
Randy Moss was here. Did you get a chance to talk to him?
I did not. No, he was cloaked in secrecy on the field, and I didn't see too many people coming up and talk with him. I'd love to have been able to chat with him a little bit, but
wasn't he having a health issue?
Oh yeah, he had a very serious health issue.
I mean, bad, right?
I thought. I don't know if he has some sort of cancer, I think.
I think that's what it was. He's okay now, as far as we know.
As far as we know, he had a clean bill of health. I mean, he looked for a while, but he was off the air for quite a while.
Yes.
It was not looking good for the Super Freak.
Mossed.
Yeah, and it's great to have him back. I mean, he's damn good at what he does. And, for a guy that was hot and cold for his career in dealing with the media and the public and the sponsors and all the stuff that went on, trying to find that trust factor with people.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to be with him in different events, leading up to when he got the name announced to go to the Hall of Fame when the Super Bowl was here, and spent time with him, and it was he's delightful. I mean, he's obviously an encyclopedia of information and insight and the things that made Randy Moss so special. We were all there, everybody from the Fan, you from CCO, newspapers, the breakout game in Green Bay on Monday night. Oh, remember that? Do I remember it? How good was that? In the rain. In the rain. It's 4-3 now. Now what do you think, Rosen? Yeah. I was waiting for my chance. I blew it. You jinxed the club. I did. Yeah, we're on our way to a sweep. Thanks, Cody Funderburk. Yeah, well. Taj Bradley's rolling along, and they got to pull him. That's the problem. He's my least favorite pitcher. I'm sorry. He gave up in one. Now Tommy Nance is coming in to try to clean this up here. 3 hits and 2 runs. Only one out with a runner on second. You know what we are, though? We're resilient and we never quit. No. Wait till the ninth inning. We wait till the ninth inning to quit. Yeah. Let's break a tad early because McCardell's probably finishing up with his family. He's going to come over. We want to have time with him. So let's go ahead and break. Come back. One more segment to go. Vikings wide receiver coach Keenan McCardell expected to join us here live from the Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the new Winter Park in Eagan. It's continuing coverage of Vikings Training Camp 2026 right here on The Fan. Promote your company on the program. Marketing at KFAN. Summer mystery prizes from Mall of America have returned, and we're giving them away all summer long. You can stop by KFAN events
Or find the KFAN Street Team out and about to get yours. Then you can go to Mall of America and redeem them for exciting prizes and great deals. See the full event schedule, KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Hey, final segment of the day. KFAN's continuing coverage of Training Camp 2026 continues. Twin Cities Orthopedics Performance Center, the new Winter Park. I'm the common man, Dan Cole, along with Mark Rosen. Excited and delighted to be joined by Vikings wide receiver coach Keenan McCardell. We had you on last year, Keenan. Thanks for joining us. 17 years playing career, 2 Pro Bowls, a couple of Super Bowl rings, seamless transition into coaching, and it's been a good football life for you.
It's been a really good football life. Yeah. It's been all my life, to be honest with you, and it's been fun. Been blessed to be able to do it this long, and it's always good when you have really good players. It helps you out.
There's a big difference between coaching and playing, of course. Which did you like playing more than coaching, or is it?
I love playing.
Yeah.
I love coaching, but when you can control it yourself, it makes a difference. I'm teaching. You can control it, but you can control it just to a certain point. But when I used to be able to step across the line, it's a different story.
Sure.
And I be wanting to tell them, this is all you got to do. Just do this. And but for the most part, I had a great group that listens a lot.
I was going to say that these young wide receivers have an idea what your playing resume is. You have to remind them because you're teaching things you went through. It's not like you didn't play this position at a high level. So I would think that they, like any other subject you take, if the person's done it, my ears are going to be wide open for them.
It is. You got some young guys, rookies that come in that don't know the resume, but once they find out from the veterans and stuff like that, all eyes are on me, all ears are open, and we do it. One rule in my room is that I don't show my own clips. But they beg me all day, every day to show them. And I got to be feeling really, really good to show them. And I try not to put it on me. I try to show other people that I've played with, played against, and not to toot my own horn. So I just kind of let them see it. And I was like, I played with this guy. We was taught the same things. So he's doing it the way my coach taught me and stuff like that. And this is how I'm teaching you.
You were 17 years, 6 different teams. As I mentioned, a couple Pro Bowls and 2 Super Bowls. You adjusted the new quarterbacks. What is that like for like a Justin Jefferson and for Addison and the other veterans that have been here? Another quarterback now they're going to be from Kyler Murray. Is that a big adjustment for a wide receiver and a quarterback, or not so much?
You know what? I don't think it is. If you're a good route runner, and if you create space and separation. These are NFL quarterbacks. They are talented enough to throw you the ball. They are accurate enough to throw you the ball. And, I try to tell my guys, it doesn't matter who's throwing you the ball. At the end of the day, the crowd is looking at you when you catch it or drop it. So you got to be open and make the play. I mean, your mom could be throwing it. Your sister could be throwing it. You got to be open. If you're not open, your sister throw it. The coach ain't going to get mad at your sister. He going to get mad at you because you're not open. So our role is to be open, and I could throw it to him. You could throw it to him if I'm wide open. And I think, I had an opportunity to play with different quarterbacks. I can remember the year, and I think it was 2000. Mark got hurt in Jacksonville, and we had Jay Fiedler. We had a couple guys.
Former Viking.
We had a whole bunch of guys. Steve Matthews come in, and Tom Coughlin told us, you guys make this pass game go. I don't care who's back there. You guys get open, make the plays, and he was right. We threw for probably about 360 yards, and a guy that came in on a Thursday to us, and it was just like, we control it. And I try to get my guys to understand we control the pass game.
Well, it tend to be, and I've talked about this before, and I want to ask you the same question. Does a really good quarterback make a wide receiver better, or can a really good wide receiver make a quarterback better?
You asked the wrong person, because I've had some quarterbacks that we've made better, and but a good quarterback can make a really good receiver, because you can have a really, really good quarterback, i.e. Peyton Manning, or just somebody that can put the ball between this water bottle and this can.
Right.
And you can have a bad quarterback and a receiver that can create space, separation for the quarterback and make it easier. So it's a mixture of both. And when you have both, the pass game is great.
Keenan, we just got done with the first of 2 joint practices against the Baltimore Ravens. Take us behind the curtain a little bit. Sometimes when I watch Hard Knocks, you can really see some things that go on. But when you, as the wide receiver coach, now break down the tape and relay it to the players, they're wondering, how did I really do today? Did I break off that route? How does that feedback go? Is it done before tomorrow's joint practice again to give them that feedback?
It will be done tonight. It's about detailing your work.
Okay.
Did you line up where we wanted you to line up? Did you run the right depth? Did you run the right route, the correct depth? At the end of the day, you play wide receiver. You have to catch the football, right? You can't drop the football. The vice president and general manager for the Baltimore Ravens used to tell me when I was playing with the Browns, Ozzie Newsome.
Oh, yeah.
And he used to tell me, your first job is what as a receiver? I was like, get open. He said, no, what is your first job? Your first job is to catch the football.
Sounds simple.
You might run the wrong route, but you have to catch the football. If you can't catch the football, how can we count on you? So, and those are some of the things that I try to relate to them, that you give me the effort. And I always in my room is that I should never have to talk to you about effort. It should always be there.
New face, Juwan Jennings. What do you think? What do you like about him?
I love him. Competitive, big body, receiver that can make plays at any point in the game, at any time. Guy that's gonna bring a lot of physicality to our room, to our team, a lot of toughness to our team. So I can't wait to for the real things to start and we get him involved in our offense.
We have kind of the usual suspects with JJ, of course, and Jordan Addison, and as you mentioned now, Juwan Jennings. A newer face as a return guy now trying to make inroads as a wide receiver is Miles Price, who seems to be kind of turning some heads here. Talk about his development a little bit and what you're seeing from him and how much playing time potentially he could envision for him.
Miles is continuing to make plays. I tell him every day, go out, make plays. At the end of the day, we'll find a place to put you on this football field to catch passes, because you're gonna be our punt returner. You're gonna make plays there, and he's developing just like I want, one step at a time, And the biggest thing for a young guy is to understand his role in our offense, understand the offense too, because he's going to play multiple positions, so he has to be able to be interchangeable. It could happen right away at where he's in, or it could happen if somebody gets injured and he has to go play one of the 3 spots that we have. So, for him and all the guys that are backing up, they got to be able to comprehend our offense and be able to line up anywhere in our offense and still go out and make plays.
You got to run, so one more question for you. Expectations for the season? I know you always want to get to the big game. You won a couple, but, high hopes, I'm assuming, inside Winter Park?
High hopes, but taking one day at a time, be great every day you're out here. Stack the days and sow a seed, and at the end of the year, let's see where it's at.
You saw the super freak Randy Moss out here. Did you want to put a uniform on him and say, go run one more route for us?
It's funny. He was in my meeting this morning.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and the guys were like, whoa. I say, yeah, that's Randy, and he looks really good.
That's good to
hear. Happy to see him back on his feet, doing the things that he loved to do, be around football. And, he's coming in later on, so it's going to be good. It's going to be a good meet for us.
Stuff.
Yeah, it should be fun. Thanks again for joining us. We do appreciate that.
I thank you guys always, man.
Yeah.
Continued success with the Vikings. Appreciate that. He's had a good football life. Keenan McCardell here at training camp, Twin Cities Orthopedic Performance Center. Thanks again, Keenan. Appreciate that. He said it's like he said, it's been his whole life. It's been a really good life, and it is. He played University of Nevada, Las Vegas, I think, at college ball, drafted by Washington, and that was back in the days when I don't remember. Was he like a 10th or 11th, 12th round draft pick? I think.
I mean, to look it up, but I think you're not. I don't think you're too far off.
Because that's when before they just had 7 rounds here, they had a lot more. And they had to play 17 years in the league and get 2 Pro Bowls, win a couple of big games.
12th round of the 1991 draft.
12th round.
And then he coached wide receivers, I think, a little in college before he went pro. And he's been at a couple of teams in the pros, and you could just tell he
took off once he got to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
that's when his career with.
Yeah, and you can tell he's really comfortable with where he's been, where he's going, where he's at. He does have a good. I mean, it probably does make it somewhat easier to be a wide receivers coach when you got a pair like, a Jefferson and Addison. I mean, Jefferson is maybe the best in football, if not certainly top 2 or 3, and then Addison's really good too. So he's got players to work with for sure.
Yeah, it's been a nice moment when Randy Moss walks into that wide receiver room.
Yeah, the kids will just be.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah, their jaws will drop there.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Because
he was as good as it gets. So yeah, everybody's starting to filter out now. It's over.
Well, yeah, they have a
different
schedule. Yeah, noon to 2, and they're pretty strict about it. They get on target with it. Then, as Keenan just said, coaches will break down the tape, and the players will hear about it. Because I think you always wonder, did I misrun that? Did I run that route the right way, or the quarterback just missed me, or what potentially happened? And the learning never ends.
Probably the quarterback missed him.
Probably
that's not what I saw.
There was some of that. Right, There was some of that went on.
So the Twins, Mark said they were on their way to a sweep today with the Braves, and so the Twins. I assume they won. Correct.
I think it's pretty much. Oh wait, it's 4-4.
Oh. So
4-4 after 6.
So Rosen was counting his chickens before. Yes.
I can't win.
He's done that before.
Either I'm writing them off and saying they're done, or I'm going. And I said, well, all I said was it looks like they could.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's not how you worded it.
You said they were on their way to a sweep.
On their way to a sweep. Well, they were on their way. If this was a Little League game.
Yeah, but sometimes they play innings. Like Little Leaguers, but
this is
6 innings
not good. So
that's okay too. It's far from over.
Correct.
So here we are. I forgot to ask McCardell, and he set me up for a program. He said, "Your sister can throw it to you. Your mother can throw it."
Right.
And I was going to say, "And you could throw it," because you wanted me to ask him. You saw him out there
in practice. He looked money.
He was just zinging it around.
He's got some game.
Could he be emergency quarterback?
The best coach.
Oh, we also got KFC out there too.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. The best assistant coach or coach I ever saw with the Vikings. There's Adam Thielen. Hi, Adam. Pete Carroll.
Good luck up in Brainerd. Yeah, he's
one of the best that ever played for St. Cloud State, right there.
Pete Carroll was he could sling it, and he was assistant coach under Bud here for a while, and he would always fire the ball at wide receivers, and he could throw it as hard as most of the quarterbacks that were here.
Thielen got an exemption. He's going to play up at the
no kidding.
He's going to play in the PGA Americas event up at Cragen's coming up at the end of August. He got an exemption. Boldy got an exemption, and Hartman got an exemption. Not Chad.
Oh, I was going to say.
And I was talking to Thielen about it because I wish I had the bell to ring, but I was with we were both participating along with Larry Fitzgerald Jr. A couple of weeks ago. We were playing in the 3M Open, Pro-Am over at the Royal Club. It was just for 3M and big shots with 3M and their business partners, and they would mix some of us D-list celebrities like me and your A-listers like Thielen and Fitzgerald, etc. And I asked him about playing in it because they had made the announcement that he was going to get it, and he admitted he's going to be really nervous. And then I showed him, I mean, it's a professional event. I mean, it's not, he's a really good player, obviously. I mean, he's a scratch golfer. But it's a lot different when all of a sudden you're teaming up against. Now, he's not playing the best in the world. He's not on a PGA Tour event. But all of these guys that are playing on. There are guys that will play in that PGA Americas that will end up, not many of them, but some of them will end up getting to the PGA. Matter of fact, the first winner of that event up there was Jake Knapp. Jake Knapp is now one on tour. So he's going to be playing.
He's competitive.
He's going to be playing players that have played their entire life, and their whole goal is to get a card and play in the PGA Tour. So he knows it's going to be. I think he's realistic enough to let making the cuts that if you can make the cut, that's an accomplishment. They're winning the tournament is pretty much it's no deal. It's going to be too hard. But I showed him. Here's what they do up here, and it was Jack Warrow. He's the director of golf up at Cragen's Legacy Courses, and I think it was his idea, maybe with the brainchild of him and a couple of others. But what they've done there is, at the main clubhouse, there's a patio out back, right, where you can have drinks and have something to eat, and it overlooks one tee box on Dutch white 9. There's 3 Dutch courses: the white, the red, and the blue. And so they're playing the tournament on the white and the red. Okay. So what they did last year was they got it approved by the PGA of Americas. They built the tee box on the patio deck right by the clubhouse.
Come on.
No, they did.
Wow.
And they had to do it to regulation. It's probably, now I know we can't see this on the radio, so this isn't good for that, but I bet it's 10 yards by 8 yards, probably even a little bigger than that, maybe 15 yards by 9. And then it's got a white picket fence around so that the public can't go on it. So they'll be hitting a tee shot. Now that extends the hole, too, by about, I suppose it's a par 4 now that probably goes 470, 480. But Thielen thought I was making it up. He said, well, what are you talking about? I showed him a picture because I have a picture. I'll show it to you, too. So you're hitting off the patio on real grass. They had to build this massive base, but it's pretty cool. So, yeah, he's going to get a chance to play there, and how he fares.
We've seen golfers have to hit off of a deck like that when their ball ends up.
Well, yeah.
But this is different.
No, it's pretty cool. It was just an idea.
Really
just
cool.
add some fun to the event. Yeah.
Speaking of Thielen, think about it today. Like, who's who of wide receivers out here today?
I know.
He's probably the 4th best wide receiver in NFL history to be out here today. Right?
Yeah.
Randy Moss 1.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson 2. And I think I'd put McCardell a little bit ahead of him.
Yeah.
So he's like the 4th best wide receiver that was here today.
How about that?
Just
the career he had.
Yeah, and with the career he had, you're absolutely right. Anybody on the Ravens? Trey Flowers?
Zay Flowers still too young in his career to throw him up in that
Trey
game.
Or Zay?
Zay.
Zay Flowers brings May showers.
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that.
something
Or no,
like that.
April showers brings Zay Flowers.
Something like that, yeah.
So 4-4 still?
We're in the top of the 7th. Braves are hitting here.
Nothing to worry about.
No, there's nothing to worry about. We've got it made.
It's the Twins.
Well, Thunderberg's not out there anymore, so now we got a shot.
That helps.
Big one tonight, though.
Lynx.
You said today was going to be a big game preview. We might have a WNBA championship preview tonight. Lynx at Golden State.
Yeah.
Versus the Valkyries. Your thoughts?
I didn't know Golden State had a team. That's how.
Well, they didn't as of a couple of years ago. They're relatively early on. Yeah.
Cheryl keeps rolling along, getting ready. I think we're still a good month away from the playoffs,
and I think we play them 2 out of our next 3 games, so it could either be Valkyries win both, and now we might not have not be in a good spot for that number 1 seed, or we could just easily distance ourselves and be the top team in the
I
WNBA.
guaranteed a world championship.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. For the Lynx.
Yeah, for the Lynx. Yeah. It's going out on a limb, ain't it? Best team in basketball, best record. We've only lost 6-7 games.
Olivia's so good.
Yeah.
Unless the refs get involved again,
it all depends upon what kind of dress the commissioner's wearing. That'll determine it, right?
Oh my God!
Last year was the Statue of Liberty dress. Well, it was a nice dress. I liked it. It was the idea was okay.
It's always a good idea for the commissioner to wear.
It certainly leads you to believe that something was a little fishy.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but there's that too.
Yeah.
I guess this year she could wear lynx stole. Do they have, or they only have mink stoles? They don't have lynx stoles, do they?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah, but the commissioner
could
wear
a lynx stole?
Yeah. No, a mink stole.
Oh,
mink stole.
Yeah,
got it.
Lynx. I was trying to be funny.
That was a good line.
Wacky. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Yeah, you can join the show if you're done. I just can't wait to leave. If you notice, I just keep looking at my watch. How much more time do we have?
It's 48.
We still got we got about 6-7 minutes.
6-7 minutes.
That's an eternity.
Well, what do you guys want to talk about?
I'm wondering, as Thielen walked by, I'm wondering, I didn't get a chance to talk to him because he was wandering around the field.
He's a busy guy.
What his plans are as far as broadcasting goes, because he made some appearances with the NFL people on ESPN.
He did?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was breaking down stuff and I think made a really good impression. He went to broadcasting school for former NFL players. And, he's got a good gift of gab. He can put sentences together. He's a good-looking guy, and he can do all that. So I don't know.
He's articulate.
Yeah, I mean, going out to Bristol, Connecticut, I mean, it's not obviously ideal with the family, but at the same time, it gives him an opportunity to do some studio work in particular. I think there's going to be some changes made, and
well, there might be there might be a spot open in the with the main team at CBS.
Well, yeah, the Romo situation a little dicey how they're handling it because as of now he's out. He's out at the moment until we hear otherwise.
And is it which Watt is it? Is it JJ or CJ or BJ or DJ?
JJ is that one.
JJ. So he's the number one guy. He's been elevated to that spot. So Nance.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you've talked about many times, the people when they watch a game, do they really care? I mean, Romo, I think made a good first impression, but I think he wore on people a little bit, always trying to guess what the next play was going to be.
Because that's what it was. His claim to fame was the first year he was in. The first year or two, he would say,
"Got him paid a lot of money."
Yeah, he said it's going to be a 65 toss power trap.
Correct.
Boom, they'd run 65 toss power trap, and the people said this guy's a genius. And then he kept doing it every single play. And after a while, it's like he was missing some. People going, just analyze the game instead. So yeah, he kind of and yeah, we have talked about it. Do I have announcing crews that I think are better to listen to that paint a better picture than others? Sure, there are, but I'm not going to not watch Vikings Green Bay because it's one of the lesser, a duo that's considered their second team. They each have 4, 5, 6 different teams each network. Yeah. So if it's the fifth team, it's like, well, I'm not watching Vikings Packers because I want to hear Brady and what's his face do the AFC game. I know I'm going to listen to what the duo that's doing the game I want to watch. Yeah. I don't know how much difference it makes, but must make a difference to the networks because Brady was at 387 or 367 million. It was just an enormous amount.
Paid him a ton of money.
Yeah. Just a crazy amount of money.
To be the guy.
And he does do a nice job. I remember when the first year
he struggled.
He was shaky.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
it's a whole different world. Yeah. When you got different.
Well, my guess is when you were first on TV, you probably struggled, right?
Did I ever? Yeah, you get nervous.
Straight from the minors. I mean, you didn't even go to the minors.
That's it. Yeah, no minor
straight
leagues.
to the majors.
You and Dave Winfield.
Well, I'm excited to announce that Dave is going to be on my podcast next week.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday on the phone, and he's got a new book coming out in September.
Really?
And I'm pouring through it right now. I still have a few chapters to go, but he's going to be coming to town for an event that I'm going to be able to moderate with him at the Depot at the end of September. And, I'm anxious to talk to him. We're talking Monday afternoon, I think, sometime. So
I wrote a book.
Yeah, I've had you on my podcast.
Oh, you did have me. That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So nice try with that.
Yeah, I was going to try it, but I remember. Yeah, but it
was
memorable for me.
Yeah, I mean,
and for you as well.
Crazy, a lot of great stories, a lot of stuff at the university, obviously, and his family and everything that's gone on here, and with Steinbrenner, and my goodness.
Do you think if he had not picked baseball, do you think he would have been a better football or a pro football player or pro basketball? Which one do you think would have been better?
Probably basketball. Yeah. I mean, he hadn't really played football. The thing he talked about in the book, and he was never real happy. He could have been Shohei Ohtani before Shohei Ohtani was Shohei Ohtani. He always wanted a chance to pitch in the majors, never got a chance. The Padres said, no, you're an outfielder. But he was such a dominant pitcher for the Gophers in college baseball that you'd think that, I don't think at that time everyone would have thought of giving him the ball every fourth day, and then, oh, by the way, you're playing the outfield the other 3 days, because he could bring it, as they say, and I think he would have absolutely made it as a major league pitcher as well.
I'm
anxious to talk to him about that.
And I still think it's silly that major league pitchers, remember when they used to have to hit?
Oh, of course.
They looked like me up there. And
most of them did.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I mean, when they were playing when they were growing up, they were all tearing the cover off the ball. How do you forget to hit that? I mean, they would look uncomfortable up there. They'd look like they'd never batted before. It's like, come on, you can swing and hit that. And they'll say, oh, no, you got to have batting practice. I don't believe it. I think they should have been better.
Probably the best Twins pitcher hitter I saw was Jim Cott.
Worst, Jimmy Cott.
The worst, without question, was a guy named Dean Chance, who threw a no-hitter.
Remember Dean? He threw 2 no-hitters. He had a 5-inning no-hitter.
That's right. That? But he was abysmal up there. He looked like us would have been up there. Oh, we're done.
That's it. We're done. It was good to see you.
We were worried about how the time went by.
We just started. Yeah. How did we get to? Oh, we started talking about Dave Winfield.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing him up.
Never dull moment.
Back tomorrow. Tomorrow, you'll be back out here again. We'll be back out at TCO again tomorrow.